All right. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of The Twisted Tea, where we bring you your news with a twist. And today, we'll be doing things a little bit differently. We're going to be bringing you 10 of the most disturbing wax figure images that we have seen. We're going to be starting off with none other than Lil Wayne himself. The fireman, Lil Wayne, after seeing his wax figure, stated, "Sorry, Wax Museum, but that's a bunch of bull sugar. That's not me. You tried, and I applaud you for that. Lil Wayne should have probably set fire to the wax figure, seeing how he is the fireman. He also made us wait for one of his albums talking about sorry for the wait, and I'm sure he wouldn't have minded if they would have said sorry and waited on creating this image, because after setting fire to it, he's probably gonna have to go ahead and call Mrs. Officer himself and let her know that, well, the block is hot. The block is hot. The block is hot. Because as we know, Lil Wayne is not human, which he told us in a 2010 and a 2013. You can find this and many others on display at the Hollywood Wax Museum in Tennessee. In my opinion, it looks like they took Flavor Flav and Lil Wayne and created the image we are seeing right now. I think that they nailed it as far as putting 450 tattoos on them. They might have missed a couple teardrops without at least a skateboard. I think it's time for the museum to have a funeral and a rebirth of a new wax figure for Lil Wayne. Talk about dedication. Second on the list is Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, better known as The Rock. After seeing his wax figure, I'm sure he would love to give that the rock bottom. For those who don't know, The Rock is best known for his exciting wrestling career and acting roles of recent. See, once The Rock lifted his people's eyebrow up at this wax figure, he definitely wanted to drop the people's elbow on it. And I'll be honest with you, I don't think they was smelling what The Rock was cooking, nor did The Rock want to smell what they put together, because it was just a pile of dog mess. After chatting with The Rock, he stated that he would reach out to the people who created this. They could have gave him the role that he looked like when he played in Fast Five instead of Mr. Clean. But what do I know? You know, they could have also given him the role that he played in when he looked like he was in Baywatch. But instead, my suggestion is The Rock goes on a rampage because they left him looking like the Mummy Returned. It's unfortunate. And they couldn't even shine up that bald head of his. So Rock, my advice to you is go ahead, get on the phone, call Central Intelligence, let them know how you feel and get them involved. Yep, let me know what you think in the comments. Could they smell what The Rock was cooking, or were they both cooking up a bunch of bull sugar for the last few years? Third on the list will be Sylvester Stallone. Oh my, they didn't do him any justice with this wax figure. Man, the hair they put on Sylvester Stallone, oh man, you would think that, you know, it'd be easy considering how they just had to dress him up and make him look like a boxer, kind of like Rocky. But instead, they decided to go with the guy from Rambo. And boy, I'm feeling for him. I mean, he has multiple different wax figures out there, and obviously some are better than others, you know. With that being said, I don't know who he can call. I don't even know if he knows how to use a phone these days. I would just tell them to stop creating me as far as I'm concerned, because they ain't never gonna get it right. I'd like to know, you know, what he did to those designers with the way that they did him. So sad, too bad. Now, let me know what you think Next on the list, Angelina Jolie. Whew. Now, Angelina Jolie, prior to the last few years, if I must say, and I must be honest about it, Angelina Jolie, she looked good. Okay? I don't know what's happened after her and Brad, but clearly it's starting to show. But prior to that, she had those movies like Tomb Raider, Mr. and Mrs. Smith. You just couldn't get enough, but damn. Talk about doing a disservice to her. Man, the wax figure looks like Brad went and paid them and was like, just mess it up for me. Just mess it up for me. They can't look at it. I'm going to feel better about it. Go ahead and ruin that. Because that's exactly what it looked like. Just an embarrassing mess. I know she's probably over there like, how come they made me look like Wednesday from the Addams Family with this pale wax figure? And she probably is pale, but they could have tossed the makeup on her like they do in all the other movies. Instead making her look like Casper the Friendly Ghost. When you knew she looked good in Tomb Raider, it looked like somebody raided the tomb and woke her up from the dead and stuck her up on the museum. Also, unfortunate, like she just popped up alive. Poof! Again, so sad, too bad, but you let me know in the comments what you think about number 4, which was Angelina Jolie. Oh yeah, number 5 on this list is none other than Miley Cyrus. Oh my, oh my. Now, let's just say it is definitely an interesting sight to be seen. Miley and is definitely in need of contacting someone at this place. The pop music trap queen should have a charity put up in her name so that they can go ahead and get her a new design created. It's that bad. It is that bad. Now, she looks like she's 45 or 50 in the wax figure when, let's be honest, she was probably 19 when they created it and finished with it. There's a reason that this is on the list of bad wax art. You go ahead, you be the judge. Let me know what you think in the comments. Number 6, Tyra Banks. Short and sweet. Man. They are making sure they completely mess up Tyra Banks, Mrs. America's top model. Okay, who for years, everybody was looking at Tyra with the long legs. She was doing all the modeling. She was in all of those shoots. The wax figure they put up looks like somebody from like Freaky Friday or Creepy Friday or Jeepers Creepers. It's bad. They basically found her at 3 a.m., 4 a.m. after she was leaving one of the clubs, took pictures and said, we're going to model this into her figure. Got her. Sorry, Tyra. Too bad. So sad. Feel free to let us know what you think in the comments below. Number 7 on the list. To the left, herself. Mrs. Beyonce, Sasha Fierce, where they definitely capture her second image, or second side, or should I say split personality figure, because it looks nothing like what Beyonce looks like. It could definitely look like what Sasha Fierce looks like, but nothing what Beyonce looks like. Now, Mrs. To the left was probably screaming at this wax figure the minute she seen it. The single lady song singer would definitely be a single lady if this was her image. Jay-Z would have also been over there like, oh yeah, everything I own in the box to the left. That's right where this wax figure needs to sit. In the closet is where it belongs. And that's where they need to put that wax figure and keep it. The Wax Museum in Las Vegas is only leaving us to say, oops, they did it again. We all know that Britney Spears has gone through some tough times, and it looks like they did a very good job of capturing her image in some of the worst periods of her life. Unfortunately, the Princess of Pop is on a pole upside down, leaving us to say, yes, oops, I did it again. Now, if you had told me that this was supposed to be an image of the blonde bride of Chucky, I would have told you great job. But instead, you try to tell me that this is Britney Spears, and I go, this is crazy. It looks like this is very toxic, doing her absolutely no justice, showing that she still is a slave for you. We will be turning it to her ex, Justin Timberlake. Although they dressed him up very nicely, he still looks like the man in the woods, with his wax figure looking like American Psycho. His figure also does him no justice, even though he was justified in 2002. Until this wax figure in Berlin is fixed, definitely crying up a river for all of us. It's unfortunate, but like I just said, so sad, too bad, Justin Timberlake. Now, we finally made it to number 10. If you're still with us, feel free to hit those buttons, like, subscribe, and leave comments. We do appreciate it. We have Raymond. For those of you who don't know who that is Nicki Minaj's alter ego, and she has made number 10 on this list. Nicki Minaj, just giving you some advice. You sneak into their late night and you let an anaconda eat your wax figure, so that way they're forced to make you another one, because the one they made you makes you look like a doll from Trolls, and that's not cool. Let's hope that this super freaky girl can get this figured out, because like I said, it really just looks like her alter ego came out, and that's who they captured instead of capturing the Nicki we know and love. They didn't even get the eyes right. They couldn't even get the eyes right. Hey, anyway, if y'all made it this far, like I said, thank you for tuning in and coming to get your news with a twist here on The Twisted Tea.